Good morning and welcome to Coffee and Cookies. My name is Lindsay. This is the show where we talk about positive leadership, mindset, parenting, life, all these things and more. So we're so glad you're joining us this morning. Today's show is sponsored by Rookie.io. Save a third of the cost and build your reputation for just $97 a month. Learn more at www.ruci.io. So, Nick, it's been an interesting day already.
It's not even started yet. Good morning, sweet wife. Thank you guys for tuning in. Well, one, Amber, thank you for tuning in. To the rest of our guests, thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome to Coffee and Cookies. We have this morning show. We love this morning show. This morning show helps prep us for the rest of the day. Do you want to know why? Because we get to spend it with you and the audience, and we get to interact with you guys on the chat, on the Facebook feed, and on the YouTube feed. So, hey, if you guys are listening to this on a podcast, come join us over here on Facebook and YouTube, where you get to actually be part of the conversation. You ready for split screen action over there, Lindsay?
What's the
conversation? The conversation. It's almost like
that
the word
makes
but.
More sense. Yeah. Oh. Whoa.
Are you ready?
Whoa.
Ready?
Ready for what?
I'm gonna lead. So if you've watched a couple episodes back, I said something and then I used the word but. Mm-hmm. And in doing so, I got a lot of flack from the person.
We have a lot of growth opportunity.
Oh, Nick did bad. Hold on. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. From the person that's right over there.
Yeah.
Right over there. There we go. Right there. That person gave me a lot of flack. And what it was, yes, Amber, thank you for letting me know I need to switch. Thank you, sweetheart. I saw it. This is my world. I have three women that control my life. Amber, Lindsay, and Angelina. Mm-hmm. It takes three of them.
It does take three. Yeah.
And things still get missed.
I know.
So I used the word but, and I got a lot of flack.
In a sentence.
Use the
word but.
In a sentence. There we go. Right, Amber? There we go. So yesterday during the storm, I said something, and then I said but, and I said something else. And it was like, I really don't like that word.
I know, right, Amber? I don't like it either.
So I've been on a journey.
Amber. Everything before the but don't matter. That's right.
So I've been on this journey now, and
Thanks
I now
to
understand.
That one situation.
Well, Lindsay, I like you, but it's one thing when you say it. It carries a work weight. It does. But when Amber says it, it's like, okay, I really got to get rid of this word because now I have, her saying it. So now I am on a mission to get rid of the word but, unless we're talking about butts.
And you don't even use that when you're talking about butts.
I don't. I use tail. Why?
And he calls it a bobo to his little girls.
Yes.
Sit on your bobo.
Yes. But Amber has taught me to not use the word but use the word tail. It's a tail. Mm-hmm. That's an Amber thing. Don't ask. She'll explain that when she's on the show one day. And so I have to be conscious about it now. Mm-hmm. I have to be very conscious about it. So we were having a discussion earlier this morning, and I said the word but, and I caught myself as okay. And then I said the sentence again, and then I said the word because
I heard
this, right?
I heard it. Yep.
And it's interesting because so when we talk about unconscious competence, you don't know what you don't know. Mm-hmm. Conscious competence. Man, no. There's four stages, and I'm missing one, right? So I'm in the conscious competent part. I have to think about it to make sure I do it.
Yes.
Because right now my unconscious competence, okay, the way my default is the way of saying it is just to say the word but.
Right.
So Nick's on a mission. And it's going to make me better. It's going to make me better.
Wife super happy. And me.
I'm on a mission, y'all. I need some extra prayers on this mission. Mm-hmm. I'm going to need it because these women will have no no problem calling me out. Say you won't. You
Oh,
will.
no, I will.
You will.
I will. So, can I bring up something else you said?
Yes.
So we were having our discussion, and you were giving me
as if I don't have enough to work on.
he was giving me advice on how to handle my daughter in something I'm growing through. No, we'll talk about that later. But
Yeah,
you said something and you're like,
not right now.
You gave me a phrase to say of like, love on her, and then, share with her that when she acts like this, it makes me feel, or you said, you make me feel this way. And I'm like, ooh, nope. Only I can make myself feel like I have the choice over my feelings. So, and that, like, that's whoa.
Wow.
Growing up.
Growly with the microphone. Growly with the microphone. Thank you, Amber.
Yes. Growing up, that was something that my parents would say is like, you're making me feel this way. I'm like, no. Or like, you make me lost. Like we play a game and you make me lose. You're making me lose. I'm like, no, I'm not
it's a blame
making
game.
you do anything.
I can influence you, though.
Yeah.
Kids have a lot of influence.
Sure. But I'm choosing to allow this to happen.
That is correct.
So that was like I'm very aware of that. Like my kids will say that, or people will say that around my kids. I'm like, nope. No. You're making this choice.
It's funny because I didn't see that facial when I said it. I didn't see that one. What the facial?
Usually Lindsay's face reveals everything.
What I did notice is when I said you need to speak in love. That's when your face changed. I know. I reckon I saw that one. I was like, oh, I just feel like I called her out. Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
it was a learning moment. We will share it with the rest of the
we all have
with y'all today, later, maybe like in a week, 3 weeks from now.
Yes.
So we need to talk about what we were supposed to be talking about. We'd be talking about by yesterday.
What are our topics?
No. This was yours.
Yes.
And I actually like it. Like I actually read through the topics today, and I was like, the first two are good. The second two are really better. Because I'm the one who came up with the second two.
So I'm in this Bible study.
Yeah.
And it's called Fierce by Jennifer Cowart. Cowart? I don't know. But she's so cute. She's like this little Southern lady. She's from like Georgia or something like that. So she's got that real sweet Southern accent. And she just makes you feel like we're best friends, like the first time you hear her talk. But we're in this last week, and it was really like a call out week, self-reflection week. And she shares stories in her study, and it was, she was raising kids, and somebody asked her when she was raising her kids, what does it look like when your kids have a win? What is it that you want your kids to win at? And it's like, we have this grandiose picture of what we want our kids to become. Like we want them to be independent, and we want them to be athletic and musical and, all these things that they're going to be great at, right? And it's like, well, what are we really putting the emphasis on, and what are we telling them is important? Is it, the relationship with God? Is it becoming godly people? Is it speaking in love and truth? Or is it, I want you to do well in sports, and I want you to get straight A's, and I want you to do these things? So my family and I, we do these wins of the day at dinner. And we actually learned this from y'all's family. And we still do it. We still do our wins of the day every night. And a lot of the times, Dustin and I are like, oh, my win was getting this thing done, getting this thing off my checklist, right? And so what is that teaching our kids is a good win of the day? It's like, I need to get all my stuff done, right? And instead, it's like, my win was having time with God. Or my win was having a really good conversation with this stranger. Or my win was, following the prompt of the Holy Spirit when he told me to do something and I did it and it turned out like well, or sharing a story like that. Like how much is that just saying, this is what my win looks like of my day, is influencing how my kids are molding what their wins look like.
Wow. Just going to go real heavy today, huh? Like
yeah.
that's nowhere in the notes. That is, the notes were defining your wins. And girl, you took that and you just went like, well, hey, hold on, Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
You just rabbit holed.
No.
Yes, you did.
That was my intention
that
from
was
the very beginning of
that
my...
is
yes.
not based on the notes. Not based on the notes. I'm having so much fun with this because normally it's me that does this.
Wow. So in defining your win, you have to... No, I'm telling you, this is all
so
connected.
good.
It's all connected.
Okay.
So in defining your win, projecting that, what do you want your kid to be like as an adult? Right? What qualities do you want them to have as an adult?
May I?
Yes.
Can I talk now? No. Is that okay? I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm part of this show. So here we go. There were things that you mentioned, like good at sports, good at straight A student, like all these things, right? And those are all great things,
right?
But how much of that is forced on by the parent? And how much of that is actually the natural kid? Mm-hmm. Okay. So when I sit here and I look at wins for my kids, I want my kids to be respectful. Mm-hmm. I want my kids to be knowledgeable. I want my kids to be able to choose their words correctly. I want them to know how to control their emotions in stressful situations. Mm-hmm. Those are things I can control. I may want my daughter London to be completely athletic. Mm-hmm. But if you're around my daughter, she's actually very artistic. Mm-hmm. She loves drawing and coloring. Like I'll come home and she's 3 or 4 pictures in. Like, okay, that's the direction I need to be nurturing her because she already has a desire to do that.
Right.
But how many, so when we're talking about this, don't just read this as I want my kids to be X. Mm-hmm. No, what do my kids already have a natural talent towards, and how do I enhance or grow that natural talent?
Well, not even talent, but it's also, we were talking a little bit about this morning is, Amber says Jennifer says values are caught, not taught. So are you as the parent portraying what you want your kids to catch as they're growing up? Like you want your kids to be kind and respectful. Are you kind and respectful?
Yes.
That was more of like a reflection question.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to answer that. Okay.
Do you want...
Morning, Thomas. How you doing, brother? Thank you for joining us this morning.
Do you want your kids to value, a healthy body? Are you valuing your body as healthy? Like, are you taking what you have and valuing it? Like, that one calls me out a lot because I'm like, ooh, okay. Because at the end of the day, they're watching, right? They're watching.
I mean, if people laugh at, do as I say, not as I do. But your kids are watching. Mm-hmm. And if you are living, so I want to call someone else out on this. Someone's going to get their feelings hurt. If you're living a lie, they're picking up on it.
And they know. They're so smart.
They're so smart. I actually like what Thomas says here. Encourage and support and guide. Don't push too hard or you'll push them away. Thomas, I'll take that and I'll even put a little caveat on it. Kind of what I said earlier is, you can have your dreams for your kids. You want them to be successful, right? But if you're pushing them down a direction that you want them to go and not a direction that they actually have a desire to go, mm-hmm. they may do it. I mean, there are people that have become doctors because their parents wanted them to be doctors.
Yeah.
And they hate their life. Yeah. They look back now at their life and they are resentful because they went down a direction they were not designed to go in. It's interesting, that there's a book I'm reading right now called Your Divine Fingerprint, mm-hmm. And yes, it is a book written by my pastor, Pastor Keith, but it has been eye-opening absolutely eye-opening for me, not just to develop, not just to understand what my 1% is, but what are my kids' 1%, and to make sure. Oh, right, Thomas. Absolutely. If you read Thomas's comment, he's absolutely correct to that. But in understanding, I'm going to have to raise London very different than I'm going to have to raise Isla. They're wired differently. And what I need to make sure of is that one does not start receiving more attention or praise because maybe one's in sports and one is not.
Right.
Right? Yep. Because that does happen. I need to make sure that if one of them wants to go into dance, that there's just enough, that there's a balance of positive among the kids.
Right.
Right. One is not elevated because you did sports, but one did dance, or one is not elevated because they got good grades versus the other one. Right. Like there has to be that balance. There has to be that respect among you have to be honorable to your kids.
Right. But I think it's important, like we focus on, this is so important in the moment of, getting good grades, right? It's important for you to get good grades. Yes. But
no, yes. As a former teacher, is it important for my kids to get good grades? For them to go to the next grade level?
It's important for them to learn.
It's important for them to learn how to learn.
Right.
And
we put the emphasis on the letter.
There you go.
Not on what is the development taking place.
There you go.
And that's where education has so many things backwards, and they're trying. But how do you do that on a grand scale of, like, my classroom? As a teacher, I had over 150 kids every semester. How do you individualize that?
Sure,
every day.
And I think you're putting too much pressure on the teacher. I think that's a parent thing.
I'm not arguing.
Are you ready? Here we go. As a teacher, you're there to teach, right?
Yep.
As a parent, you're there to help them learn how to learn.
But so many parents are like, oh no, that's why you go to school, to learn how to learn.
No. I would actually say it's the opposite. They don't even know that. They are unconsciously incompetent. They don't even know that they're supposed to be investing the time to help their child develop those skills. Okay. Yes, the teacher is there to implement or to give the curriculum, right? Now, do I believe that homework is where it should be? That's a whole nother topic. We're not going down that direction, okay? Let's stay here with me in this moment.
Yes.
The teacher's there to distribute curriculum.
Yep.
When they're distributing curriculum, the cameras are over here. You're good. You're good. You can walk in. You're good. When they're distributing the curriculum, they're there to teach how to learn, right?
Right.
But it is the parent's responsibility to come in and go, okay, here's the assignment. Here's how you learn. Are you an audio learner, a visual learner? Are you a hands-on learner? I know there's some fancy term for that. I believe there's 3 or 4 different variations. Kinetic. Thank you. Okay. But the parents have to be involved as well. Where there's such a demand for work hours that the family now suffers. There is such a demand on a husband's and a wife's time that the child now suffers. Okay? Now, with that, I also will not sit here and act ignorant. There are some parents that are they're not wired to be good teachers in the household.
That's true.
And that's okay.
Not everybody has a disposition to teach.
Absolutely. But then understand that about yourself, acknowledge it about yourself, and go, okay, who do I need to bring into my household to make sure that my child is successful? Okay. Who, and let's take that a step further, right? For those of you that are in business, you know your strengths in business. Who do you bring alongside you, or who do you hire, or who do you partner with that your weaknesses are their strengths? It's the same thing with kids. Not everyone, people have kids. Not everyone should be a parent.
Yes.
Okay. So if you need to learn how to become a better parent, you decide to have the kid, you learn how to become a better parent, get in the right rooms, get around the right people. But if you still need help, then figure out who can help you. Who watches your daughter during the day?
Miss Jamie.
Miss Jamie is a hardwired, great person to raise kids.
Yes, she is.
She is hardwired that way. That is her 1%.
Yes. That's her 100%. She's amazing.
No, but seriously, I mean, where a lot of people might really struggle with raising kids, she brings kids into her home because that's her 1%. She's amazing at raising kids.
Yep.
Right? She's amazing at disciplining and connecting with them and really, really spending a lot of time with them and growing them in a very good direction where they can excel in that environment.
Yes.
She creates that. That is her 1%. Okay? And the reason why that's her 1% is because not everyone can do that. Okay, you have to understand this. When you have your 1%, that's you understanding what you do great at that other people don't do great at. Okay, and you have a 1%. You do. There are things that you do that you're awesome at that some people, that the 99% of the population is just good at. And that's okay. That's okay. That's how you were designed. There's a reason why they say it takes a community to raise kids. There's a reason why you
But that doesn't mean to shirk your own responsibility in that process. Like, it does take a
There you
community, but you have to play your part. They're your kids. You have to take ownership in that.
That is correct. Yes, ma'am. I am not saying you get to pass off your kids and let someone else raise them. I'm saying you need to be intentional, but be intentional and know where your shortcomings are.
Aww.
So you can. Yes, Dad, we did turn out pretty awesome. I'm gonna pat myself on the back on that one. Yeah, we did. But here we go.
So
my
sweet.
dad, because my dad's in the comments. He made sure that we were involved in sports. If we had a desire to go in a certain direction, even if it wasn't sports, he got us involved in that, right? He allowed us to work. We would go to work with him. I remember picking weeds out of flower beds, right? I remember learning what it was to do manual work as a young kid, right? I mean, my dad owns a lawn care business. So much respect for him. It doesn't matter if it's 20 degrees out or 120 degrees out. He's out there working. That takes toughness. He provided for a family all growing up doing that. Like, so one, he taught us a grind. We understand hard work.
Right.
But two, he made sure we were in church.
But that wasn't taught. It wasn't a do as I say, not as I do. It was a, I'm doing this, you're going to do it too.
Yes. And then also it being a visual. It was never, you want to know what, Dad, sorry, you're in the comments and you started this. I'm just going to roll it. Dad never threw it in our face that he was a hard worker.
Right.
He never did.
He didn't have to.
He didn't have to. We knew we knew he was a hard worker.
Saw it.
You saw it. You saw him coming home dirty, covered head to toe in grass and dirt, right?
And that's going back to, go ahead.
I'm almost done.
Sorry.
And then he would come in, he would take a shower, and then he would come play with us as kids. Like, he didn't have to show off. His lifestyle, his decisions, his actions spoke for it. And maybe did I understand what a grind was when I was 6 years old? No. But I understand it now. Right? I understand how much work that took to raise all of us now.
Right.
Especially as a parent. Goodness gracious. So I say all that to say, yes, he did that, but also he got us around the right people. He made sure to bring us around other couples, other parents, other church members, other people who wanted us to succeed. And it worked. It worked. I'm living proof that it worked. My brothers and sisters are living proof that it worked. I say all this to say, don't do this alone. Okay? If you're a parent and maybe you want to know what? God bless those single parents. Okay? Because you're working and you're raising kids. All right. Now understand I'm talking to the single parents that are being honorable. Okay. If you're being honorable and you're like, I'm still struggling on being honorable, I need help. Great. get to church. And if you're like, Nick, I don't have a church near me, but I live near I live in Collin County or Dallas County, great, come to our church, get plugged in. Okay. If you don't live near us, then find a church. Now here we go. When you go to find a church, don't just walk into a church and go and immediately start judging. Like, go into church and just sit back and listen. Does the message resonate with you? Are you being loved on? Are people interacting with you? Is this a place where you that can create a community that you can be part of? Not dump your kids onto, but be part of. Mm-hmm. Because eventually you're gonna grow, you're gonna develop, and you're gonna need to start bringing your 1%. And I talk about single parents. Let's talk about two parents. Parents, people that are married and have spouses, don't isolate yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay? Some of the best life lessons and parenting styles that I've learned have not come from me reading books. It's from me engaging with other parents. And if you're like, Nick, I don't...
That's truth.
Nick, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do with that. Well, you want to know what? Then you go to Elevate Life Church. If you're near us, we'll go to Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. It's marriage night, but they also talk about kids and raising kids too.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, there's a parent summit coming up this weekend at our church.
There is.
Open to anyone and everyone that wants to come. So
we're going.
We are going as well. So we are so excited to hear, because we're just going to get a lot of great information from our pastors who've raised kids very well. They all they're all choosing to do ministry together. And if you just see their family dynamic, it's so inspiring.
It is inspiring.
Like, I get in my situations and I'm like, what would Pastor Sheila do?
But it's inspiring because it wasn't just handed. It was a struggle. They share their struggles. Yeah. They share their ups and downs, right? So there's that balance there. It's not, oh, it's a pastor. Oh, it's perfect.
No.
So here we go. Thomas, put this in the comments, how's dad was a carpenter. Didn't get home till 8 p.m. But Thomas learned the grind, right? I guarantee you, Thomas's dad was honorable and respectful, and this is the life. Now here we go. I'm not saying you have to work late. I'm not saying you have to get dirty. I'm not saying that you have to be a carpenter or a lawn care guy or a craftsman, or you have to I go work in the field. I'm not saying you have to do that to be a strong leader. Okay, but what I am saying is you need to be a leader within your own household. You need to make sure you're leading your household, you're leading your kids, you're identifying your kids 1% to make sure that you help develop them. Because if you can help develop your kids 1%, you're giving your kid a jump start on life. Mm-hmm. You are absolutely giving your kid a jump start on life, because so many parents don't even know to look for it. They don't even know to sit back and go, what is my kid good at? What are they good at? What do they desire to do? I was sitting there in between services, and a mom said, my kid really wants to be a video game YouTube guy and make money playing video games. Okay. What are you doing to develop that? Do you know about the new technologies that are coming out? Video games are about to change. Like, this VR thing is about to change video games on a whole new level. Crypto is changing video games. Blockchain is changing video games. You can make money having a YouTube channel playing video games, but you have to do it correctly.
Mm-hmm. Who are you bringing? And if you don't know all those answers, who are you bringing in that does?
There you go.
Who are you getting your kid around that knows those answers and how to guide that desire?
There are teams of Halo video game, the video game Halo, that play Halo, and there's tournaments. There is a very old game called StarCraft. There are tournaments for this, and these people win millions of dollars. Millions.
That just blows my mind.
The last StarCraft tournament, the guy won $12 million.
Wow.
12 million.
For StarCraft. Is that the one
Don't even, if you don't know, just
Okay.
like it's so nichey, but it's played worldwide. I watched another tournament, a Halo tournament. The team walked away with 1.2 million, and they're sponsored. They have the athletic coaches that have come from the NBA to train them. Yeah.
In exercising their
yes.
thumbs?
Yes. Like there's a
Really?
stretching routine. There's a eating routine, because yes, it's not as running up and down the court physical, but it's mentally physical.
Huh.
Mentally physical. I'm gonna think.
Mentally stressful.
There we go.
Challenging?
Sure.
There you go.
Sure. Something like that. But here we go. Right. Where I'm going with this is a thing. Like, you can do this.
Uh-huh.
You can make YouTube videos and make six figures. Like this, the world is changing. So don't say no. Say how. Oh, that was really good.
Did you write that down?
Angelina, did you write that down? Don't say no, say how. If you're like, Nick, I don't know what my kid likes.
I think you need to have some conversations with your
Not
kid.
even have a conversation, but be observant. Hey, maybe take them to a museum. See, you want to know what? Here we go. You ready? Take them to a library and let them start picking out books. That was another really good idea. Take them to a library and see which sections in the
Where do
library they gravitate to.
Yep.
Right? Is it medical? Is it engineering? Is it video gaming? Is it psychology? Is it teaching?
So I don't know about that, because when I go into a library, I don't go to like nonfiction books. I go to fiction books. That's what I enjoy reading. That's
Okay.
different.
Again, this is just an idea, right?
Yeah.
I just
Just don't hang all your eggs in that basket,
Correct.
because it might not give
Correct.
give you a true
Correct.
picture.
Here- When I did this, there was a niche that I constantly went back towards, and lo and behold, I own an agency that does it.
Amazing.
Right? So understand where that's coming from. But just to give ideas, and maybe spend time with your kids. When was the last?
That's a maybe?
That is
That's
a
a
maybe.
maybe?
That is a maybe. Maybe spend time with your kids. Are you ready for this? Maybe take your kids on a date. We talk about taking spouses on a date. When was the last time you took your kids on a date? Like a daddy-son date, a mommy-daughter date, or a mommy-son date,
Yeah.
or a dad-daughter date, like whatever, right? And I'm not saying it always has to be one-on-one, but sometimes the best way to give Amber a break is I take the kids out of the house.
That is the best gift.
Take the kids out of the house and just say, spouse, husband, wife, I got it. For the next 4 hours, just take a nap. Take a 4-hour nap.
Do whatever you
want to do.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
There you go. Like, Amber, I can see Amber. She's like, I'm taking a bath. I'm doing my nails. Da 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 da. Oh,
I'm gonna need more than 4 hours.
I'm gonna clean the house. Yeah, right. 4 hours. You sure you can't push that to 8?
Can you take them for the weekend?
No, like I don't know if Amber would be like that at all. So,
No.
Case in point, Amber came home from a trip and I made sure the girls were taken care of to kind of give her some time.
And she got so sad.
She got sad, like bad Nick, bad. Like I would need to make sure that I brought the kids home, make sure they're tired, so that Amber
So
could
they
just
could just
put them to bed.
snuggle.
Yes, snuggle and go to bed. Snuggle and go to bed. Right. All right. At the end of the day,
Man.
I am not trying to tell you how to do it. I am trying to give you options. I am giving you options to help expand your mind so you can figure out what resonates with you.
And I think it'd be good to even have your kids going through this process. Like we talked about backwards planning your wins. What do you want that end?
No. We're like so over time. I really want you, I really want you to hammer that tomorrow.
Okay.
Like let's open with exactly that. Go ahead and say it one more time.
We're going to talk about backwards planning your wins.
There you go. So tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk about backwards planning your wins. We actually have like an agenda. This is getting crazy.
I know. Whoa.
What? So again, we are here to expand your mind, give you ideas that maybe you haven't thought of so you could be a better parent, you can be a better leader, you could be a better you. Because if you are a better you are succeeding. And if you are succeeding, then you get to lead others. And if you are succeeding, you get to impact others in a positive way. So we love you guys. Thank you guys for being in the comments. Thank you guys for liking the video. If you're listening to this on the podcast, come join us on YouTube. Come join us on Facebook. Coffee and Cookies Morning Show. We would love to have you guys in the comments joining us. Also, by you being in the comments and liking the video, that lets us know that you're here, which allows us to pray for you, allows us to love on you a little bit. So, and know that when we do pray for you, we pray positive over you. We pray wins over you because we want you to succeed.
Yeah.
So, where are you on your big three? I got mine in. So if you go through the comment section, sorry, the content, the post, the post section on the Facebook channel, we do have our big three, the homepage. Thank you. We do have our big three. Go ahead and share your big three over there with us. That way we can celebrate it with you when you do get it, when you do make it, and also celebrate with us. We want you guys. This is the part of the morning show is interacting with you guys as the audience. We love you guys. You guys have a great day. Make sure that you
rise up,
crush it.
Bye,
Bye y'all.